I'm not the biggest fan of his music. Did you want to give the people a quick first listen review of the album?
Nah, I'm from North Carolina and people are really happy about the tour and the album. So, and I don't want to shit on their parade.
Welcome to Out the Trunk with Jordan and Darius. My name is Darius. That's D's all up in your area on all socials.
And I'm Jordan. That's Jordy B writing on all socials.
It's our segment where we let you guys know what's going on, what's on our mind, what went on during the week, what we've been thinking about. And I was going to do the bit about, if you didn't hear from that person over Valentine's Day weekend, but that bit is stale because I did that over the snow weekend. So I pivoted to this question. What is a worse weekend to get ghosted on? A snowed in weekend or Valentine's Day weekend?
Ooh, I'm gonna say snowed in.
Okay.
Um, because like Valentine's Day, it's like if you just kind of met, it's a little tricky because you don't want to do too much, that sort of thing. You don't want to fuck it up by doing too much, or if it's casual, then whatever, jump out the window. So I'm gonna say Snowden weekend because that just is like basic consideration. And also
Uh,
like, what else are they doing? What else are they doing? There's nothing, nowhere to go, nothing to do. I mean,
all right.
all
Ghosted.
excuses are removed.
I go the opposite way. One, they're both awful. But I feel
Right.
like so even if you just started to, I guess we should have prefaced it with what stage, but let's just say it's somebody you've been talking to for a month, right?
Yeah.
There's some
Okay.
plausible deniability with snow. Um, none of it's good, but there's like a way you can wiggle yourself
Right.
into an
It's all bullshit.
explanation.
Yeah.
You don't hear from her on Valentine's Day weekend. She's busy, and you. Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
so
complete radio zero dark 30 silence is
yeah.
rough.
Fair. I guess I feel like Valentine's Day is like the confirmation where like you ever like talk to somebody and then like maybe you don't hear from them for a little while
Yeah.
and then they pop up and they're obviously clearly with someone on Valentine's Day. It's like, oh, okay, that's the information you needed. You know what I mean? So I guess that's a little more. I'd take that over like nothing.
Okay, so let's do it like this. 3 months. Y'all been chatting, y'all have
Okay,
gone out, y'all have slept together. It's not a exclusive thing, you just hanging out. And
right.
she ghosts you on Valentine's Day weekend or a snow weekend, which is worse.
Uh,
They're both pretty bad.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. They're both really bad. It's like six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Um, like if y'all were chilling, like if y'all weren't serious, like I don't know that I would have made plans for Valentine's Day. I would have maybe like gotten them a little something, nothing crazy.
It's
And
crazy.
that's
You've been
even that I
talking for
don't
three
know.
months and y'all don't buy nothing. You don't get her nothing for Valentine's Day. That's crazy.
It's
No one's saying you got to go rent pigeons in a horse and carriage, but you
no,
you
no,
got to
no, for
swing
sure.
by
Yeah,
with
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
candy and some flowers or something.
No,
I don't.
yeah, of course, of course. I would, something, to let them know I thought of them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, 3 months
Radio
for
silence.
a whole
Valentine's Day
weekend.
Saturday from Thursday to
See,
Sunday. You ain't
yeah,
hear a word.
well, that's the thing. Right. But okay, let's say in any other week, Valentine's Day is on a Tuesday. That's just one day. Whereas a snowed in weekend, that's 3 days that you didn't hear from them. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, you hear that, ladies? He's an
I,
easy mark. Like he will believe whatever you tell him.
oh
So
no, no, it's not even that. I don't believe anything. Just don't take it personally. Like I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, you know. Um I've been told I can be a bit aloof, so I don't know.
I'm still going with Valentine's
I'd go
Day.
snowed in. I'm not gonna hold you. I'd go snowed in still.
Okay, all right. I just think Snowden leaves you some plausible deniability. Family issues,
Yeah, that's fair.
whatever. Valentine's Day, especially because it's just there's just no reason other than the bad reason. It's just nothing.
They're with the one they want to be with.
Yeah, correct. The person she actually responded to her for once.
Yeah, the person that she actually likes. Yeah.
Um, so I guess that's a good segue into my first question, first topic. Should men expect Valentine's Day gifts? If you get one, you accept it, but should they expect one?
Right, right. Um, I think if you're in a relationship, you should expect some sort of gesture of care. So in that sense, yes. But I'm not
Define
saying I
gesture
wouldn't be
of care.
like just anything to let them know that they thought about you on that day. Like, you know what I mean? Not just like I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, I need flowers on the bed and shit. You know what I mean? But in relationships, I definitely wasn't like, oh my God, they got me something. I was like, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. I would assume that a decent person would do something for the person they say they love. So I
What?
wouldn't be like, oh my God, no. But no, go ahead.
Okay. What would you consider like insulting? Like what? Like if she got you
Okay.
a pack of Nike socks, is that adequate?
I do be needing socks.
You know, I listen. I
I'm not gonna
never
hold
run
you.
out of a need for socks.
I, yeah, I work out, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I do a lot of shit. I do be needing socks. So I actually would appreciate that.
Okay, so we're
Um,
on the same page in the sense that I don't expect a gift, but
yeah.
like that's fine. But
Right. Like I think one year, like a girlfriend at the time got me like it was right after like the Joker movie that came out. That was like my favorite movie of that year. So she got me like the Joker on Blu-ray and then like candy, like enough shit, basically shit so we could have like a movie night and watch the movie. Like so like that. Yeah, I love movies obviously, so that like meant a lot to me, you know. And it wasn't something super extravagant or, you know, it wasn't a fucking balloon with my name on it or whatever, you know. That meant as much to me as, you know, whatever. So it's all
quick
about,
aside, you
you know,
like that
specificity.
Joker
Like
movie?
what does your partner like? The first one, not the second one.
Okay, all right.
I love the first one. I thought it was a dope. I thought it was great storytelling. I loved like the slow burn, the build up into the descent into madness. You know what I mean? I thought that was, um, I loved that. I thought it was awesome. His performance. I think the performance was probably better than the movie itself. Um, but I enjoyed it.
Anytime there's Zazie Beats, it's a good time. So I'm gonna like that movie. So what you got, man? You want to talk about what's going on to the new year?
Yeah. I was just I found this band last year that I really like. And then I saw like you're on TikTok, you know, you have the algorithm. It adjusts very quickly to what you like. And I saw this girl who was doing like these really dope covers of songs, and it made me like want to like carve out more time to get back into like playing the guitar. So I was like, I think I might pick that back up again. So it got me thinking, are there any new hobbies or skills that you might want to look into or start trying this year?
Well, I'm quickly becoming a better video editor. So that and Google Gemini is teaching me how to code, so that's nice. I am
Nice. Okay.
going to start my own Substack here soon, and so I have a couple of topics that are a bit too long for a tweet, and I want to write about them, and that's the
Right.
place I can do it. And so yeah, that's kind of on my to-do list. Got a couple, keep a
Okay.
Google Note where I just kind of scratch write things out there. And that's my answer to your question. I'm gonna get into writing, try to get
Nice.
off of Twitter and take my musings to some place that's mine, even though I don't own Substack, but you get what I mean. So
No,
um
I get you. I think that's actually super important. That's something I've been thinking about myself. Not so much Substack, but just like writing my thoughts out more often about things.
yeah.
You know, they say that you write the way you speak, and I want to get better at articulating my thoughts in a long form expression. So I think I might just start jotting down thoughts or writing maybe not articles per se, but you know, pieces about things so I can kind of get back in the habit of, you know, thinking on the fly and you know, it's a great way to learn how to support your rhetoric and to you know get your ideas out there. So I think that's a good idea, man. And you have a great perspective and you're pretty good at articulating yourself. So I think that's a good something you'll pick up pretty well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Just trying to get off the phone, and I like
I feel
Twitter
you.
because it lets me think out loud, and I want to still do that while getting off my phone. So that'll be
Yeah.
my 2026 project. You got anything else?
Um. Yeah. I mean, some of my hobbies are more so based on the weather. Like I love doing anything outdoor shit. So like when it gets warmer, I'll get back into like walking trails and stuff like that. I've always kind of wanted to try hiking. Um, I don't really know where there is. spots are in North Carolina to do that, or like at least in Raleigh, I guess. But I have some friends who do it and they love it. Um, I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. So I've been thinking about just like getting like a cheap little like starter keyboard and just kind of going on YouTube or getting some app or something like that and kind of figuring it out from there. Um, yeah, anything creative I always love doing. I mean, I would love to paint, but it just takes so much space.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't have like a studio to just like have all the things, you know. But that was something I did do for a little while during the pandemic. But I do fuck with it. I do love it. It's just that
Why does it
where
take
can
up
you
so
just
much
go and just
space?
like, well, you gotta have the easel and you gotta have the frames and all that, not frames, the canvases and all that kind of stuff. Um, and for me at least, I like to have spaces like where I do things. I don't want to like create near where I work because then it's not
Mm.
really a creative space. You know what I mean? Um, I was thinking about maybe ideally I would like have some sort of studio space set up in the garage, but it's just too cold right now. So
Yeah.
maybe in the spring or summer I'll figure that out.
Yeah, I guess that was kind of a dumb question because like you have to put the paintings when they're done somewhere and it becomes, it's like a
Right.
book collection. They have to go somewhere. They don't just disappear. And the one you're working on isn't the only one that exists. So yeah, it does make sense. Um,
Yeah, that's the thing, because like that is the one convenient thing about writing. Because I write in my phone, so I can write anywhere, and so I just have thousands and thousands or hundreds of notes, in my phone and shit. Whereas if I had to have a journal, where would I have all these journals at? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, I like the Google Note, but I'll always have a scratch pad because I just think
hmm
it's just easier for me to accept mistakes when I'm writing on a piece of paper. When I'm typing,
Mm,
I'm chasing perfection in a way that kind of stifles creativity. So,
got you.
um, I just like, writing on, the rough draft is always on a piece of paper. But like you said,
hmm
like you keep the Google Note and, it's all integrated. I think you have Apple, but you know what I mean? Same difference.
Right, right,
And,
yeah.
I can pull up the notes from my desktop to my phone and
hmm
it's all integrated. So, sometimes you get inspiration in between sets at the gym and you don't want to lose it. So it's nice to have that digital option to
Right.
just jot it down right then and there. So that's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
absolutely. Yeah, that's the main reason why I do it. So I'm not like out and I don't have a napkin or something to scribble thoughts on. Um. Yeah, that's a good idea. One thing I think you should try. Have you heard of what's called like a write and burn?
No, what is that?
So it's almost like a 7 minute drill exercise where you write and you just keep going, write whatever you topic you have in mind. If you're stuck, just say like, "Damn, I'm stuck," and keep writing until you'll find whatever it is you're thinking, whatever topic you want to continue to write about. And then like the theory is you just write it and you like burn it, literally set it on fire. Don't actually do that though, but it's like kind of a way to erase the perfectionism in your
Yeah.
head. It's almost uh like they say, for example, like when people have ADHD, the best way to get them to have a task is to give them a deadline. So you almost have to create it like, okay, if I don't write for X amount of minutes, I'm going to die. Like mentally in your head, you have that, and you just write, write, write. So you're not thinking about, ooh, how perfect is this? Does this look like something that would be published? Does it seem like the greatest thing that's ever been written? Because a lot of writers think like that. And that way you'll kind of get out of your own head in terms of editing while you write.
I'm into it. I can do that. Little writing exercise, stretch the muscles out. I also want to get back into logic
Yeah.
games. Wordle and Sudoku puzzles and crossword puzzles. I kind of
Mm,
trying to, you know, just build healthier habits other than just scrolling Instagram and Snapchat and just trying to,
yeah.
downtime is downtime, but it doesn't mean it just has to be all slop. So,
True.
just I just bought a new Sudoku puzzle book. I keep in my work
Okay.
backpack. And so when I'm bored at the office, I can just do that instead of doom scrolling. So just little things like that to try
Yeah.
to keep the tools sharp. So, uh,
Nice. Okay.
hypothetical question for you.
Yeah.
One free ticket, front row, one night. You have to pick. They're both playing, so you can't. Gotta pick one. Lil Wayne concert
Okay.
or Rick Ross concert.
And this is in the year of our Lord 2026.
This is nah. We'll do this at their peaks.
At their peaks. Okay. Um, Yeah, the peak I'm going Wayne, no question.
Yeah, I kind of gave. I mean, it's kind of ruined it by saying their peaks because it's not even close.
Yeah, the peaks is like, yeah,
I saw Lil Wayne in 2009, and I mean that was probably his absolute peak.
yeah,
And
literally,
yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah. That okay. So just today, this
Today.
weekend, you get one free ticket.
I think I'd rather go see my neighbor like mow his front lawn or something.
I'm thinking Rose, man. I
No, I'm
think.
going Ross. I'm going Ross.
I mean, you can listen to his latest music. It's clear he has no passion for rap anymore. He's too rich.
At
But
all.
uh, I mean, I've seen Lil Wayne in concert as absolute apex. That's just a different ball game. In fact, Drake and Nicki were like special guests on the set, which is wild to think about.
Yeah.
They didn't even have a set. They were just like, my friend
Ooh.
is here. It's Drake. He does best I ever had, and then he does two songs and he leaves, and like he was just like basically a fucking roadie.
Right.
And Nicki was there too. It was Young Jeezy opened for him.
Nice.
Jim Jones and T-Pain were the openers, and so
That's dope.
it was a great ticket. Target Center, Minneapolis, 2009.
That's funny. The first concert I ever went to was fall of 2010 is my freshman year Jiho concert, A&T, Aggie Pride. And it was Drake, Cole, Rick Ross, Chrisette Michelle, and I think like Cali Swag District opened. That was the year they dropped Teach Me How to Dougie.
Still learning the Dougie, but we'll get there.
Yeah, that's the
Uh,
one dance I did have not like from our like young adulthood that I did not perfect.
I didn't know any of them. I've said before on the pod that the worst part about COVID for me was that the Tootsie Slide was came out. There was one fucking dance I could do, and it came out when we were inside. But no, I would. It's kind of a yeah. I mean, in his peak, Lil Wayne and Rick Ross today
Yeah,
was Rick Ross puts on a good show too, but Lil Wayne now is
I
just so
believe that.
washed, just so
It's yeah, it's like Hakeem on the Raptors.
Patrick Ewing on the Orlando Magic.
Magic. Yeah.
Just titties out, just sweating on the just can't move. It's like,
It's
dude,
like Chris Paul and the Clippers for the second time.
yeah, man. Will people please stop acting like we're supposed to build a shrine at the altar of CP3? It's like I can't believe he went out like this, and it's like, I mean, I'm sure it doesn't feel good, but can we stop? Come on, like,
Yeah, I
like
mean, you do. He was supposed to have a farewell tour. Like he did deserve that for all he's given done for the game. Kendrick Perkins made a great point though. He was like, I mean, he didn't say the word. But he basically was like, "We're going to talk about how Chris Paul's a notorious asshole. Like we got to talk about that." So
well, okay, so you played on seven teams. Who was going to give
and
this
you can be
farewell
an
tour?
asshole if you're that great. Well, that's the problem. It can only be the Clippers or the Hornets slash Thunder because he
I,
played in OKC when during the Katrina when he was with the Hornets at the time, New Orleans Hornets at the time. Um, but he has bounced around a lot.
that's the thing,
Yeah, if it
man.
was the Clippers, if it wasn't the Clippers, it wasn't going to be anybody.
Can have it both ways. If you want, to bounce around from team to team and never set up roots and da 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 da, well, none of these teams owe you anything.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
it's like, anyways, concert tickets in general, are they too expensive?
Um, I'd say yeah. I mean, there's the ticket, there's the fee for the ticket, there's the insurance for the ticket. Then you got to get there and find parking. That's probably $50. You got to buy merch. That's $100, 5,200 bucks. Yeah, I'd say it's too much. Um, I mean, there was a time where like $40 was like, what? For a concert. I mean, inflation, I understand, but like some people's tickets, it's like that's actually insane. Like why do they charge that much for a ticket?
Well, I mean, so a couple dynamics at play. People say that concerts used to be cheaper, and it's like, yes, but Americans in general have gotten a lot richer, but stadiums are the same size as they were 30 years ago. And
That's true.
so
Yeah,
supply and
that's a good
demand,
point.
dynamics are just going to be, and people just have a lot more discretionary income.
Yeah.
And, I've always said, concerts by definition can't be too expensive because they are 100% unnecessary. So if they were truly too expensive, people wouldn't go.
Touche.
So
Yeah.
like it's like you can't say this artist is charging too much for tickets if people are buying them because people could just not go.
Right.
Everyone in the stadium could find cheaper entertainment that night. So if people, I just don't, I don't know what I get. A lot of
Hmm.
things millennials, and I'm going to use a royal you, conflate.
Yeah.
I can't afford this with it's too expensive. Those
Right.
are not
Right.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And no one needs to go to a concert. So I just, sometimes like I wanted to go see I forget who. Actually I don't forget who, I just can't say. Someone last year and I was just like not paying that for that person. And the concert sold
Is
out,
this
so
the
somebody
concert we
was
talked about
paying.
going to last year?
No, different one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
the concert sold out. So I'm like, it was too much for me,
Yeah.
but it wasn't too much. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I get being frustrated that then they some of these tickets are insane, but I
Right.
look at the crowd shots and people are out there paying it and having a good
Yes. It's
time.
yeah. You don't
So
really see a lot of empty seats in these most of these concerts.
I don't know what people I just don't know if it's some things just suck and it's not actually a problem to solve. But J. Cole is touring and not even hitting Raleigh. Is there something
Yeah.
behind that that I'm confused about? I don't get it. Isn't he from here?
No. Well, Fayetteville.
Okay.
He's going to Charlotte though. Charlotte and Fayetteville. So yeah, I don't know why he didn't come to Raleigh. I mean, well, I mean, he gave us four festivals, five festivals. So um but no, you're right. He never really comes to Raleigh. I've seen him in Greensboro. Only time I've seen him in Raleigh was for Dreamville Fest. So a lot of artists don't come to Raleigh. It's really big artists don't come to Raleigh. It's really weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. If you do Charlotte, you can just it's kind of two birds, one stone. Anyone who wants to see you
Right.
would just drive
Correct.
down. Chris Brown
Yeah.
did Raleigh, and then we looked it up on air, and it was because the Panthers were at the stadium.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
and so I'm pretty sure there one Charlotte is a bigger city. They have
Correct.
more infrastructure, more facilities.
Hmm.
And anyone in Raleigh who really wants to see you would just drive down to 3 hours. So I get it. It
They're just
sucks
gonna go to
because
Charlotte. Yeah.
the places they play are walking distance from my apartment, but I get why
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna do DC and Atlanta, Charlotte is the better pit stop in between the two. And so
Correct.
yeah, so
Yeah. Yes, pre-sale started today. I think everybody's saying it's already like looking like it's gonna be crazy packed. Which is funny because I don't think this is his last concert or his last album at all. But
he's not even
yeah,
40 years
so
old. Of course, it's not done.
right.
What else is he gonna do? Like I get that
Right, like yeah,
he
what else is he gonna do? I don't
he doesn't seem to have much interest in anything else, and it's he could t all the music he's already made. He could tour that as a legacy act for the next 30 years, and he may not do
correct.
stadiums or festivals, but he could tour theaters using
Right.
that music for the rest of his life.
Hmm.
And he could, Keith Sweat still performing Nobody 45 years later.
Right.
It's like
And I can't name five of the songs by him.
like them hits. Once you got a catalog of hits, you could tour as a legacy act in theaters
Yeah,
and opening. Like you maybe not do arenas anymore, but you could do theaters and
correct.
sell 5,000 tickets for the rest of your life. So he's not going to
Right.
give that up.
Correct. I also find it hard to believe that someone who's basically recently independent is just going to stop making music. Now you can finally actually get paid off what you're making.
Yeah,
There's no way he's actually done making music.
absolutely not.
But yeah.
And so I'm not the biggest fan of his music. Did you want to give the people a quick first listen review of the album?
Nah, I'm from North Carolina and people are really happy about the tour and the album. So, and I don't want to shit on their parade. I'll just say, it's two discs. He went one for two, 50% from the field. If he was playing basketball, we'd call that efficient. The first disc was good. Second disc, remember that snippet from Carisha?
Oh God, two fingers touching. It can't
Yeah,
be
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It can't be that
Yo,
bad.
dog, bro, I was like, yo, what is it? This is not. I literally was like, no, this is not the right album. This is not even a rap. What is happening in my ears right now? Um, that's the little part of honesty I will say about that second disc. But yeah, no, that shit was it was not for me. This one is cool. There's a few tracks on there I did add to the gym playlist. He can still rap his ass off. Um, but yeah, no, I that second disc was not great. And I also just feel like he just didn't have much to say on the album. Honestly, like I just feel like he was running out of shit to say, to be honest with you. It just felt like it was like, I'm from Fayetteville. I love being from Fayetteville. I come home and see my people. I'm really good at rapping. Niggas be hating because I'm from Fayetteville and I made it out. The end.
Um,
That was that was it.
I haven't gotten around
And I
to
love
it.
my wife.
Um, I have not gotten around to it, so I will get come back maybe in the next week or two with honest opinion of Jermaine Cole's
Yeah,
album, but I have not heard it.
that works. Yeah, because I gotta do the full cover to cover a few more times. Maybe it'll grow on me. But
How long is
yeah.
it? It's two discs. Is it an hour and a
Yeah,
half?
it's like an hour 40 minutes.
Oof,
Let me
it's a
go to
long
it.
time to listen to J. Cole.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, an hour 41 minutes. That's a long time to listen to someone who's just it's interesting because I was thinking about that and it's like Drake, I don't think Drake has the depth that Cole has, but he still is always interesting to listen to and has something interesting to say for the most part, even though he has not grown very much as a person in the last few years, I feel like. Um, and people say like Kendrick, like okay, the second disc it almost reminded me a lot of Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. I know people didn't like that album, but it was a lot of interesting content on the album. And I just didn't get that in this project. Like it was very odd. It was like if you took that album and just and stripped away the the introspection, like the true interest, like level of depth he went into himself. Um, and then it's like, what are you left with? You know?
Well, I will say Drake does have in-depth music. Stopped after If You're Reading This Is Too Late, but that's when he went
Right.
full pop. But what I will say is that J. Cole's
Correct.
marketing tactics, where he's actually pushing the album, doing promo, linking with fans, I think that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Um,
Excellent marketing. Yeah, the driving around with the Accord, letting fans get in and listen to it. That's definitely super dope. Um, I love Cole as a person. He seems like a really, really good human being. Like, this is not, I'm a fan. Like real shit. I really am a fan, I just the second disc just wasn't for me. But he's given me enough great music to get me through my life for, that I'll, forever be grateful for.
um, I wish everybody involved the best. So you want to talk about some TV shows? What you got?
Yeah, so I've been rewatching some random episodes of shows I love, and it got me thinking, people always talk about like what's the greatest show ever, and we never talk about is the ending a factor in the show? Like, does an all-time great show have to have a great or perfect ending to still be considered an all-time great show? Because I feel like a lot of the shows we love, most of them botched the endings, and then some shows that weren't as good had great endings, and it's like, okay, well, which one matters more?
I actually think that having a great ending is very overrated. Um, Obviously it's you want one, you don't want a bad ending on
Yeah,
purpose, but
right.
no, I mean, I don't think it doesn't ruin the journey for me. I think I didn't
Mm,
like Mad Men's ending. I didn't really like Breaking Bad's ending, to be honest with you. I didn't like
okay,
The Wire's ending. I didn't like I mean, Game of Thrones is the famous one.
right.
But I didn't like Lost ending. A lot of great shows don't have great endings because you've spun this web that's, it's just hard to do. And I don't think that when I
Right.
rewatch them, it doesn't take it away from me. Now, rewatching does make notable the drop in quality as the shows go on. I think a lot of shows should
Hmm.
end earlier than they did, but
Yeah,
it's easier said than done, man. It's hard to have a hit show. It's hard to have a good show. It's hard to get a show. It's hard to have a good show.
correct.
It's even harder to have a hit show. And then while it's still popping, end it. That's a lot to ask of people. So I get why shows stay on one season too long because it's
Right.
just like You know, the guy who played Don Draper, I forget his name.
John Hamm.
John Hamm. He'll never have anything like that again. Nothing. And so,
Right.
did that show run a season too long? Yeah, maybe two. But like,
Why would you fuck that
why
up?
would you stop? You know, like you know how hard it is to do
Bills
this
get
shit?
paid, bro.
Yeah, you know how
Yeah.
hard it is to get a show on TV, let alone a good one, let alone a critically acclaimed one. And so I like it when they
Right.
do, but I like Station 11 was a show that got out when it was time. I think The Last of Us is gonna get out when it's time. But it's hard to ask. It's hard. It's hard.
Hmm.
I'd much rather if I were in their shoes, I'd stay on too long before leaving early, you know? So
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
do you
that's true.
think?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of along the same lines as you. Like I think I separate the show from the ending. Um I mean it does play a little bit of a factor, but I feel like if the ending was more obvious
Yeah,
and they fucked it up, then I'd be a little more pissed. Like How I Met Your Mother. Did you watch that show?
I have not.
That's one of my favorite shows of all time, and like they botched that ending. Like the ending literally ruined the tenor of the entire show. You know, so in that sense, it really was it bastardized the experience of the journey itself. Although the show is about the journey, so I will give the writers credit for that. And the ending did age a little better as you get older. You're kind of like, oh well, life is tricky and messy, that sort of thing. Um, like I feel like The Office, one of the greatest shows ever. Office had a great ending considering the best character on the show left, you know, a season and a half prior to the show ending. Um, I think Friends had a great ending. I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, you listed all the famous bad ones.
Good one, 6 Feet
I mean, yeah,
Under.
even like the sitcoms we
Did you
say it again.
did you watch 6 Feet Under?
Nah, no, I didn't see that.
Um, it's a 20-year-old show on HBO. Spectacular
Oh,
ending. I
okay,
mean, just The Shield had a
okay,
wonderful ending. I love The Sopranos ending. Um,
yeah.
uh, but what were you gonna say about 90 shows?
Yeah, because even the '90s shows we did love, they didn't necessarily all like. I think Living Single had a good ending. Fresh Prince had a pretty good ending. A lot of people didn't really like the Martin ending, although that was more the friction between, him and I'm blanking, Tisha
Tisha
Campbell.
Campbell.
Um, yeah, so it does get tricky. Um, and also I think the thing is too, like when you start a show, you don't know how long it's gonna last. You don't know if
Yeah.
it's gonna be a hit or not. So you can't really begin with the end in mind because you don't know if you're gonna get a beginning. Because so many shows make pilots and they don't make it to the full season or to a second season, let alone, an 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 year run.
Yeah, it's hard. You don't That's why I prefer movies over TV shows because the clearly defined beginning, middle, and end tightens the writing up.
Right.
And you can almost feel when a show is like Abbott Elementary. I just think they're just totally out of ideas.
Yeah,
Um, and
they're
it's the last like I haven't watched an episode in like 6 weeks just because I'm like
Mhm.
I don't want to see them in this condition. It's like I remember when this show was funny and it's just it's just a shell of itself. So
Yeah,
I liked a lot of it. Like I like Living Singles ending, I like Martin's ending, I like Fresh Prince's
yeah,
ending. I feel like when they knew the ending was coming, they got it right. But like the Wayans
yes,
brothers was abruptly canceled. Girlfriends was
yeah,
abruptly canceled. And those endings don't make any sense. And so
right.
by the end you
Insecure had a
start,
great ending.
yeah, Insecure had a great ending. But like by the end, you probably lost a cast member.
Right.
Somebody's mailing it in, and it's also just time consuming. It's hard to keep 10, 20 people locked into one thing for 5, 6, 7
Yes.
years. And it's just I don't need it. I appreciate it a lot, but I don't need it,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't think a great show has to have a good ending to answer your question off the top. So
Yeah, I agree. I will say it's interesting though, because I remember reading Will Smith's book and there was a chapter where he was talking about the end of Fresh Prince. And he was like, we could have gone for another season, but I really, it was up to me and I really wasn't sure what to do. And this was when he was married to Nia Long on the show. And so, you know how James Amos played his dad or played her dad. And of course, obviously the dad from Good Times. And so he was like, talking to him. He was like, you have a legendary show here, and you want to let your castmates leave the show on a high note and let them leave with dignity. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to be where the show was sucked and the characters were bastardized, and you know what I mean? Like you want to let everyone leave with the show and the reverence for their characters intact so that they can go on and do still do great things in their careers too. And he was like, and he said that was kind of when he knew like, okay, then we need to end the show this next season so we can give everybody the send off that they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, once you know you're ending, you can almost feel it in the show. There's a
Yeah.
calm to it. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Hell, I had a good point too, but I just forgot it. So, anything else for that one?
Um, no. I mean, well, I will say like I watch a lot of British shows. And I think that's
Yeah.
the one thing they have over us is that their shows have usually have like 6 to 8 episodes and like maybe 4 to 5 seasons. So like they don't have any filler episodes. There's no like it's just premium writing and character development for the entire run um of a show. And it's so good to the point where when the show finishes, even though they have a great ending, you're like, fuck, I wish I still got more episodes. I think that is the one thing I will say that British entertainment probably has over us.
What I will say though is that that can be a double-edged sword because those filler episodes
Mhm.
make the world feel lived in. Um,
True.
and so you go back and you watch like Living Single and Fresh Prince and Martin. Those were like 20 episode seasons. And were all those episodes
Right.
slap your knee funny? No, but like
No.
they gave the characters depth and you really did get to know them. And you go back and watch those episodes now, and it's just like, is this great writing? Is this funny? No, but like I just feel like
Yeah.
I'm just like a good sitcom makes you feel like you're just hanging out with people that you like, and
Yes.
they don't always
Yeah.
like there back then you had the Disney World trip episode and the Christmas episode and the Thanksgiving episode
The
and the cousin from
Thanksgiving
out of town
episode.
episode and the
Yeah.
every black
The
sitcom had
racism
the pool hall
episode.
episode
Yeah, the pool hall episode. Yeah.
and so they just gave it just created like a richer world. And obviously you don't want a whole bunch of filler,
Mhm.
especially if the show is more narrative driven than character driven. Like a lot of these Netflix shows are like 12 episodes long and
Right.
you can tell they only had enough content for like a 2 hour movie. But double-edged sword, man.
Yeah.
Movie pet peeves. You want to talk about those?
Yeah, I was just scrolling social media and there was the clip of the fight scene from Winter Soldier, and like that movie obviously is one of the greatest action comic book movies ever. And one of my biggest movie pet peeves is when they nerf the fuck out of a character that was super goated. Like Bucky was just not the same in the rest of those movies, you
Yeah.
know? Or even like how in Age of Ultron, Vision was like Thanos level power, and then in the rest of the movies he was just like kind of there.
Yeah, it's like when the any Superman versus Batman movie. They have to basically nerf Superman because why would he be in conflict with Batman?
How could he lose to him other than
Right.
Kryptonite?
It's just yeah, that is true. I don't like yeah, MCU took a lot of creative liberties with that, especially when you go back and watch because like one of my biggest complaints with the MCU is it just got too silly at the end. And people would be like, that was the selling
Mhm.
point. It was always silly. It's like, go watch that Gen 1 movie. There was some humor in it, but like they
Yeah,
took themselves seriously, in a way
correct.
that they just stopped toward the end. And, there was
Right.
clearly enough humor to differentiate itself from the Nolan universe, but like the
Hmm.
characters within it took it seriously and understood the stakes in a way that I just like by the end you have Endgame where you get a 15-minute stand-up bit about Fat Thor during the fucking rapture.
Fat Thor. Yeah.
It's like, all right, we tighten this up a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
really, so well, my biggest pet peeve is when I feel like characters stop acting on behalf of themselves and start acting on behalf of the plot. And so um,
Right.
just doing things that make no sense other than to move the plot along. Uh, the easiest example is Battle of the Bastards. Uh, why would Sansa keep that a secret? Like, yeah,
Yes, thank you. What the fuck? Like,
like, she's just
just
like
tell me. We have
there's
help on the
no
way
reason whatsoever for her to keep the fact that she had the
to keep
Brotherhood of
that
the
a secret.
Veil in the tuck. It was just like that was just to move the plot
Yeah.
along. That was to
Correct.
me, if you I think people are too hard on season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones. I think the hatred of it can be a bit performative at times. Was it great? No. But
Yeah.
most of it was still watchable television. But in currently I'm in season 2 of watching it again, and
Hmm.
it is noticeably better show back then. It is just like
Yeah.
it is the characters 6, 7, and 8, all the characters do is talk about the plot. Like that's the only conversations they have. And like 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
people. Like the plot happens, but like they have
In their
conversations about
own
stuff.
worlds, and yeah.
It's just it's noticeable. It really is when you watch the
Yeah.
early shows. So that's one of my pet peeves is when characters stop acting in their own interest and start
Yeah.
acting for the plot. Or the other one too is House of Cards is a good example of this one where
Hmm.
the scheme of the main character only works if none of the other people in the show ever talk to each other. Like, it's just like he's just doing what he needs
Right.
to do. It's as if everyone else is an NPC
Yeah.
that only ever activates when they're on screen. And so like nothing off screen, like they go off screen and
Right.
they
Right.
just
Right.
collapse because there's no
It
way.
just there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's just no way he would be able to do any of these. This whole plot would fall apart if two people had a conversation without him around. You know,
Yeah.
it's just so those
Like,
are
yo,
my
you
two.
talked to such and such? Yeah, he told me this.
Right.
All
It's
right.
just,
Next
but
episode.
yeah, it only works if nobody ever interacts with anyone but the main character. And it's just like, all right, everyone leaves the
Right.
screen and just
Yeah.
becomes like a non-playable frozen person until they come back on the screen. So.
Yeah.